What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and I have the Pocophone F1, and I wanted to do some tips and tricks with this bad boy. Now, this is running Android 8.1, and it is running the MIUI, as you can see here, MIUI for the Poco. As you can see right there, it's the global ROM. This should be getting the MIUI 10 very soon, and when it does, I'll let you know. I may do the beta, so we'll have to see how that goes, but I kind of wanted to get into some of the hidden features or tips and tricks on some of this stuff. So the first thing I want to go through is the display. Now, when you go into the display, they have something that's pretty cool, and it's good for your health, man. Reading mode. You turn this on at night, and you will be able to read, and it'll help your eyes out. You could also schedule and have this turn on if you want to schedule it at night so you don't forget. But that's kind of cool. I kind of wanted to make sure I got that in because it is a really good little feature to have on here. Now, the other good thing about this phone is the double tap screen to wake and also the raise to wake. Now, when you go, and the way you set it is you go into display and then you could just check off right there, double tap to wake and also raise to wake. Now, what's good is the double tap, obviously, as you double tap, it turns on, you're good to go. You hit your fingerprint reader or face unlock, and we'll get into face unlock here in a second. Also, you could do raise to wake. So if your phone is chilling there on the table and you're working or whatever, and you raise it, it wakes up, and then you just hit your fingerprint. So that's cool. So when you raise it, boom, you're good to go. So that's a really good feature. I love that right there. Now, face unlock is another great feature on here. And the way you got to set it, you could check out my video right there. I did a video on how to enable face unlock, even if you're in the United States, because it only works in certain countries. So you have to change the region to India. So once you change your region to India, you go back into settings and you go into lock screen and password and you manage face data, and then you're good to go. So once you set up the face unlock, it works real good. I'll show you an example here. I'll turn it off. Boom. Turn it off. Boom. You see how fast that is? Boom. And I'll go like this so you guys know that until I turn it to the face. Yep, there it is. Now, another thing is this has the rear fingerprint scanner, which is really good, a reader. It really works really well. As you can see here. Boom. 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 It's really fast, and that's really easy to set. You go into lock screen, password, and manage fingerprint is right there. So you can set that up real fast, not an issue. Now, the other thing that you want to set up is, you see how I have no navigation buttons there? You want to set up your full screen gestures. Now, the way you do that is you go into settings, full screen display, and you could either do the buttons there, you see the buttons on the bottom, or you could go full screen gestures and you're good to go. And the way the full screen gestures work, so if you swipe up from the home screen, it goes back to your home. If you're in an app, you swipe to the left or right and it'll go back. It's very simple. Now, if you swipe up and hold, it'll give you all your recent apps. So that's really cool. And the good thing about this ROM or OS on XIaomi with MIUI is that when you go into full screen display and you choose gestures, it gives you a little tutorial, and I did a video on that, so if you want to check that out, you can, and it'll show you how to use it. So you see it's telling you to swipe up, boom, you're good to go. So that's kind of neat. Now it's telling me to kind of go through the thing, but it's a really cool feature that XIaomi has on their devices. So really cool to use. The other thing that you could do is you see that notch, you can hide the notch, and you go into settings, full screen display, hide notch. You see the notch there? It's gone. Now it's back. Now it's gone. Now it's back. Gone, back. Real easy. You just go in there. I use the notch. To me, it's not a big deal. I keep it moving. Now, one of the other things you could do is you can make it a little faster. This phone's already super fast, has the Snapdragon 845 processor. You can go into your developer options, which is settings, additional settings, and there's your developer options. And then you go down to your animations, It's a little further down, and you see those window animation scale, transition scale, animator scale. I set those all to 0.5 right there, so it's a little faster. And the way you get the developer options, you go into settings, about phone, and then you go to your MIUI version. You hit that 7 times, and then you'll become a developer. And then when you go into settings, additional settings, you'll have the developer option menu. But if you don't do that, you won't get that. So just be aware of that. The other cool thing on this phone that you could do is you could do themes. Like I changed my icons on my phone. This is a wallpaper from Pocophone, their system, and this is the Poco launcher, but these are different kind of icons. But before I get into that, I want to show you how to set up your themes. And all you do is you search themes here in the app drawer. You go into themes, and you could set up all kinds of themes here. Like this is a net heart. There's all kinds of themes in here that you can do. I have my themes. I'll show you. If I go into my themes here, you see I have the pixel theme, I have limitless, shooting stars, Deadpool, default, edition, and then Poco. Right now I'm using the pixel theme. It has the pixel icons, but I changed them. And all you do is when you find a theme, you download it and then you apply it. Real simple, real simple. Now, you could change the icons on the Poco launcher. What you do is you hold down on the screen there, you go into settings, you go into more, and then you go in the icon pack. And I'll show you, I have a bunch of icons that I downloaded from the Play Store. So I have like Gravity, I have Oshia, I have Pineapple, Rondo, Pixel Theme. So I've been using the Gravity because I like it. They're kind of big and square. So I'll apply those and then you're good to go. So that's really cool about the Pocophone, that you could change the icons on the stock Poco launcher, which is pretty good. I like it. The other thing that you could do is you could do something called wallpaper carousel. Now this is pretty cool because it'll change the wallpapers. You could set it up as you choose it, and all you do is to get to the wallpaper carousel is you go to settings, lock screen and password, wallpaper carousel, and then you turn it on. And you could change it every 3 hours, you could change it every 15 minutes. You know, I would suggest every hour maybe, or every 3 hours, because you don't want to use your data too much. And then you choose the ones you want, and it'll change the home screen, lock screen wallpapers for you as you're moving. Now, one of the other things is they have something called hidden folders. So if you go into your app drawer and you go to the little settings wheel there, and then you go into manage app groups, you can grab like my games folder. I can grab it and then hide it. That way when you're, you know, I don't know why you would hide a folder, but I guess there's reasons. Then it won't be there. Like I have a game in there, I think PUBG or something like that. So that's a cool feature, I guess, if you want to hide stuff. That's your thing. They also have something that's called app lock, where you can lock your apps on your phone. So if you don't want somebody to go into your banking app or something like that, you can set a password for your Facebook, your messaging, any kind of app like that. You could set a password or even a fingerprint. So that's kind of cool too. The other thing too, if you have this is a dual SIM phone. So if you have 2 SIMs and you want to do dual apps, you can, like 2 WhatsApp or 2 Facebook. You could do that on here, called dual apps. You go into settings, dual apps, and you see you can do 2 Facebooks or WhatsApp or whatever, you know. So that's kind of cool. I like that on here. That's a really good feature to have on here. Now they have another feature on here. If you go into settings and you go into something called second space. Now second space means you could have 2 different profiles on your phone. So you go into there, you go to second space, you put your fingerprint. Well, I set it up already. So I got my left hand will be 1 space. You see how it changed to blue? And then my right hand is my other one. So if we go in here to where's second space at? Go in here. Yeah, so if I turn it, you see how it's blue now? If I turn it off, I do my right hand. Now I'll be back to my other screen. You see that? Now if I turn it on with my left hand, I get that screen. So it's kind of cool because you could have like a work profile, and then when you're out on the town, you know, you could have this one. So it's kind of neat. It's different. You know, I guess there's some uses for it too. So now screenshot is pretty simple. You kind of hold down the button here and that, boom, you get your screenshot. You could also do a 3-finger screenshot, like I think OnePlus has that. If you go into, where's the screenshot here? Screenshot. Take a screenshot. You could do slide 3 fingers down, long press home button. There's different ways, and that's under button and gesture previews. So I have it set up to 3 fingers. So if I go 3 fingers, boom, screenshot. You know what I mean? So if I want to do a screenshot of my notes, boom, done. So that's kind of neat. I like that. And then you could set it up and you can send it. Now they have some camera shortcuts. So if I hit the power button twice, it'll turn on the camera. So that's kind of cool. Also, I think if you hit the volume down button, it turns on the camera too. So there's just a lot of different little things. And if you guys know of anything, you have the Pocophone, and you know of anything that is pretty cool about this. So if you go into lock screen and password and lock screen, you could set up the launch camera, press volume down to launch camera, and then they just have so many different settings on here. But that's pretty much it, man. I kind of wanted to go through it with you guys so you guys knew what was going on with the Pocophone and different type of things. There's a lot more with this, but man, I hope you're enjoying this phone. I know I am. You can follow me on Twitter at Android Stud, also Instagram. And you got any questions, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're running. Let me know what you're doing with this phone, because it's really cool, really super phenomenal, and I love it. So that'll do it. I'm out of here.